Hello, my fellow YouTube pipe smokers, and welcome again back. Yes, it's been a while since I've made a video because of busyness, and I was this whole week away for business purposes. But I'm back on my stoop, and I'm back enjoying my pipe. And I must say, after a busy week, this relaxing on my stoop in my garden is very satisfying. Today I would like to touch on something that I read and experienced and tried out this week. And one thing that I realized is that you're never old enough to learn some more, because I mean, even smoking for quite a while, since 1980s, you still learn from other people on a daily basis. What I've learned, for example, the past week is more about blending and other tobaccos. I'm a kind of a one tobacco guy. You know, if I find a tobacco or a blend which I like, I stick to it. I don't jump around and smoke others. But then this week I was tired of getting tongue bite, and I thought it was because I smoked too much. Especially when you're away from home, you know, that's all I do after the workshop and sessions. And then starting reading on the internet about smoking and blending and this and that and the other, and then I realized it's not necessarily that. It can be different reasons why I get the tongue bite. So that put me into another mode of research and investigation, and I started reading about Virginias and blending and aromatics and all those kind of things. And I kind of remember what we did in the 1980s. We blended very raw tobacco, a boxer, which is a South African raw unrefined tobacco, jock of the bushveld, and rum and maple, just to give it a little bit of a nice aromatic to it. And that made me think, maybe I must start trying blending my own tobacco. I don't like aromatics that much, although I think I've tended to smoke more aromatics than not. So, and being currently in a stage where we go back to our roots in many things, me and my wife, in terms of taking out preservatives and coloring and all those kind of things in our diet, baking our own bread, going back more to the the unrefined way of doing, like our forefathers probably did, and not this industrialization, refining of everything to such a way that everything just got worse. Actually, it's kind of hypocritical to think that I'm smoking while going back to healthy foods, but that's another story. Maybe I'll make a post about that one day. But in any case, so I like raw tobacco. Well, I think so, or I want to, but that's the point. So then I read about it, and I saw, looked at a few McBaron reviews and which ones are aromatics and which are not. Then I went to a tobacconist in Pretoria, who is a Jordanian, obviously then close to the Syria and Latakia origins, and started having a discussion with him. And I'm not sure what to make of many things that he said in our discussions, because he challenged a lot of things that I read and that a lot of people on this in this pipe smoking community believe to be the truth. So maybe this video will cause some discussion, which I think will be good, because then we can maybe get some clarity on things. The few things that he said was that Virginia, for example, which is called Virginia, is a blend by the distributor. Maybe it was in the way back in the old days, it was really Virginia tobacco. But for example, he said his supplier in South Africa takes tobacco from Zimbabwe and from South Africa and from wherever they get it, and they blend. When you order Virginia, you get that guy's Virginia blend given to you, and the same applies to barley, burley, and all the others. So he challenged a lot of this, this notion that that you get your Virginias and all these original tobaccos. Maybe in other countries it might be like that. I don't know, but that's my point. Maybe this video can help us get some clarity on many of these things. So his opinion was, he orders tobacco from this one supplier, which is blended in the warehouse, and he orders Virginia and Burley and Latakia and whatever he wants to order. And as the tobacco comes to him, he will sell them as such, but he also then blends his own according to what he likes and what he doesn't, and according to his knowledge and his experience and things like that. He's a mechanical engineer by profession, but dropped that to go after his passion, which is pipe smoking. So that's what he now do, and have a shop for that for a living. So he gave me this. I bought this from him, which is, he says it's a perfect. The name is Perfect Blend, and according to him, this is raw tobacco, no aromatics, no additives, nothing, but blended by himself, and often used as a base in many of his other blends that he made. So I'm currently actually smoking it, and yeah, my tongue is not biting, and it is actually quite nice. A real tobacco taste, which is nice. Then he gave me some samples. This one he just calls number 1, which is and he says that I must smoke this as a sample, and then according to whether I like it or not, I can then add 50% strength, and for Latakia for more strength, or 50% for more flavor from the blend. And this smells yeah, it's a light, very light tobacco. It kind of smells like a nutty smell, maybe some oakiness. So obviously I think Burley will be strong in here. Yeah, nuttiness, definitely a nuttiness that comes through there. And then he also gave me what he called the Philadelphia. I smoked one bowl of it. It was not too bad, but also very light. But bland. You don't smell. There's not much Burley in here, because you don't smell any nuttiness or oakiness in there. He also gave me a medium blend, and then a bit of Latakia, and then a very light cherry cavendish. Now, I personally don't like cherry, but I know a lot of people love cherry tobacco. But I must say, this cherry tobacco blend that he gave me, I will be able to smoke it, and also a very nice nutty smell to it. So the cherry, he said, if you don't like the flavor, you can then take the flavor a little bit out by adding some of his base blend, or even Latakia, to it, to give it a more smoky character. So that is what I intend doing in the following few weeks or months, because you need to if you blend, you need to store it away for 2 months to let all the flavors marry each other and develop a relationship between them. But the few things that he said, which I thought was very thought-provoking and challenging, was about the tobaccos and the origin of it. For example, perique, he said, You know, yeah, the old technique of perique, where it comes from, might still be like that, but it's more a kind of a blending technique by the suppliers. Cavendish, he says, is you know, a blend that was developed by Cavendish, and now everyone buy a black Cavendish or a red Cavendish or a cherry Cavendish or a whatever Cavendish. Yes, it's an English type of blend, but still it's a blend. It's not a you know, what can I say, a special kind of thing. So those challenging remarks, especially in terms of the Virginia, I would love, you know, fellow pipe smokers to comment and give us some feedback on that. The other thing, which I also thought, which I do agree with him, is that some tobacconists / blenders makes, you know, they make they over emphasize. They make it rocket science. It's not rocket science. It is a passion. It's all about flavors and maybe a little bit of art inside, to smell and to taste and to determine which ones will really fit you. And remember, because all of us are different, and some has got sinus problems and some not, and some like it dry and some not, and some like it wet. We're all different, and all of our composure around our tongue and tastes and noses are different. So it will differ, obviously, what you like and what you don't like. But I would love some feedback from you guys about the different tobaccos, the blending, the fact that some people make it a very difficult type of thing, which it shouldn't be. It's actually very easy and a passion. The art, the fact that Cavendish and Virginia and all these are really just you know, suppliers' blends, and not necessarily you know, tobacco which was originally planted and grown like that. Yeah, please give us your feedback and join in the discussion, and let's share our knowledge here, because in terms of the blending area, that's new to me. I would love to start playing around with blending and you know, everything around that. In my previous video, oh, by the way, I'm smoking this blend in my Stanwell Dance Kit Club. Very nice pipe. In my previous video, I gave my opinion about Latakia, clean Latakia in a bowl. I liked it a lot, but it's strong. It is not strong in terms of flavor, in terms of strength, but flavor, and you know, most blends has got about 10, I think maximum 25% Latakia in it. So to smoke a full Latakia, it is, you know, you either like it or you don't. I like the smokiness flavor of it, but I can imagine that a lot of people might not necessarily like the taste, the overall taste of it. It might even be a little bit bitter in your mouth. So on that note, I think I must start logging off, finishing. Maybe just also, you know, if some of you has blended some tobacco in the past, share your blends with us, share your recipe if you don't mind. I'm going to try some 25% Latakia with this base, and then play around with it. I'm going to order some, you know, some different types of tobacco. So yeah, please join in and share what you've got and what you know about blending and tobacco. The reason, as I said in the beginning, the reason why I'm starting this is because I want to go back to pure tobacco instead of aromatics and additives and all those kind of things. I bought my son a bag of vanilla tobacco from this guy. Smells awesome, but obviously aromatics in it. But my son, he's young and he still likes the aromatic. I'll try that, but I want to go. Just imagine if we can get a vanilla taste tobacco, not by additives, but by blending it with different type of tobaccos. How awesome would that not be? So yeah, let's join into the discussion and please make comments and let's get some knowledge out here about tobaccos and blending. So on that note, everyone, all guys and girls on pipe smoking, sorry for being away for a while. I just posted the video on last weekend's breakaway, so have a look, join in, subscribe, and discuss, please. Let's get this going and get some information. Enjoy your Saturday. So on that note, I'm going to greet you now. Bye bye.